The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. How you guys doing?
DropTop. Zaza.
Okay.
We gon' pull up in some Tahoes. Fill with my niggas and bitches. They don't get money, the motto. Shredding waves like I'm Otto. Full pockets filled up with money. Feeling like I hit the lotto.
Okay.
Flexing on all these bitches. Black shirt, Johnny
What's
Bravo.
up? What is up? Back with another new episode of the StyleBeasting podcast with your host with the most, Del Wall, on episode 121.
I say what's up? Man, sit your ass down.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. So we have a little stat pad discussion for today. First, there's a bunch of video games I had to go over, and movies, basically, all our
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
the whole list is stat. Basically, I'm gonna keep it being. So I'm gonna start. Since I said I'm gonna start with video games. Sparking Zero comes out next week. Well, when this comes out, it'll be out the same week. Boy, let me tell you this.
Goku, you've got this. Fight.
The makers of that game care so much about Toriyama's legacy, it's not even funny. They're making this game basically these kids' generation Budokai Tenkaichi. Excuse me. And you can see it because just like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, there's a special nitpicking of what they're doing to the characters. So, just like in Fighter Z, certain moves are part and parcel to the anime. And I know people are going to say, obviously, they're going to do a part and parcel because you have to be. But I'm talking about one-for-one shots. Like, I'll use Fighter Z as an example, then I'll go Sparking Zero. So, I forget what move was it. I'll use Gogeta from the new Broly move that came out years ago. The auto combo he has into like an energy ball that rains down a bunch of them. That's the same move that he did to Broly in the movie. Now in Sparking Zero, because Whis is in the game, since Whis is in Ultra Instinct, since all the angels are basically in Ultra Instinct. When a guy who was using Dragon Ball GT Goku, Whis was just like automatically dodging at all the hits. And if you look at it, it's the exact same way Goku does it in Ultra Instinct mode. Like he just wheezes and like nobody touches him. So it's like, okay, they're really getting into like, okay, this is what us Dragon Ball Z fans have been saying, because I think the theories coming out that Goku going into Ultra Instinct was his angel mode was in part and parcel because when Vegeta went into his destruction mode, it looked just like when what was that nigga? Dopo. Was it Dopo? Yeah, the Dopo nigga that was on the Space Galaxy team with Jiren when he went into his God Destruction mode. So it just makes sense that Goku is an angel, Vegeta is the God Destruction, and Gohan is Supreme Kai. And if you're wondering how Gohan's Supreme Kai is, because Gohan Beast is an elevated form of his Ultimate Gohan. Because if you look at it, I'm trying to think. I think all Kais have the same color hair. Hold on, let me look at this up. Actually, let me look at this. Supreme. Yeah, I'm not tripping. Okay. So I guess I'm not tripping. I'm looking at every Kai. They all have white hair. White to gray hair. So yeah, Yeah, so Gohan's a Supreme Kai in the big trio of Dragon Ball Z. But back to the game. They really did put a lot of time and effort into it. And giving us 182 characters at the start is a ridiculous number of characters. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. If they give us DLC, we should. I honestly don't even like. I don't even know how much DLC they're gonna give us because I feel like you can like stack this game for like years. Because I think Dragon Ball Z Fighters is probably like five. Well, Dragon Ball Z Fighters came out like 2019, 19. Yeah, like 5 years old, and I think they just did an update. Actually, hold on. When did Dragon Ball Z Fighters come out? 2018. So 6 years. Because they just did an update on Dragon Ball Z Fighters where they basically made it to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah. So 6 years on this game, 2030. Yeah. I feel like you could throw out a bunch of characters. Shit, you could do this. Shit, low keys in 6 years. Y'all can do so much DLC for this game. It makes no damn sense. Like, and I fully support like this game. This game is amazing. Because I think they did another update to the beam struggles. And I think they went instead of it being this like you guys clashing and then oh shit that my beam wins, like it's an animation of the character getting stronger and then shooting you with a stronger beam. So like they're really putting into like the Dragon Ball Z aspects of it. So I really fuck with it. Looks great by far. Like it looks really good. Like good. Like don't even get me started on how great it looks. Amazing. But speaking on amazing games, Monster Hunter Wilds had a little gameplay trailers and had a trailer and other gameplay footage. And for what I'm seeing, other than that spider that they have, I'm sold. Like I'm 100% sold. Niggas ain't gotta ask me, do you want to play this game? Niggas don't have to ask me, hey, no, you want to buy this? No, I'm locked in.
I run past, letting it go. That's a flea flicker.
And when I mean locked in, like I'm locked the fuck in.
Let that nigga know!
I've been stuck on Monster Hunter since Monster Hunter World. And like even though Rise wasn't my favorite Monster Hunter,
Move this man!
it was still a good Monster Hunter for what they had because they implemented different core features in Monster Hunter that they didn't have before. Like the whole, I think you could riding on the monsters, using the monsters to fight, each weapon having like a unique skill, which I think it was in the older Monster Hunter games, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm not the biggest knowledgeable person when it comes to older Monster Hunter games, but I do. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm trying to think. I don't think so because I remember when Rise first came out. Normally, people put up comparison videos of older Monster Hunter games that do the same thing, but actually, I'm wrong. They did have the same like mechanics they do for certain weapons because certain weapons were doing certain things that they wasn't doing in World. Which, like I said, if it wasn't on the Switch, me personally, it'll probably been the best thing. It'll probably been better because honestly, I can't using the Switch and using all that ZL and all that shit. I got confused, but the game was still good nonetheless, and the monsters were good. But seeing how Wild is handling the weapons now, they're not giving us any new weapons. It's the same 14 weapons we always get, but the changes they're making, the addition of new mechanics makes it a lot better. Like with a great sword, I'll use the great sword for example. You could use the great sword to parry attacks from a monster. Like let's say the monster's coming in to bite you. You can use your block with your sword and it goes into an animation of you blocking. And while you're blocking the monster from eating you, everybody else can fight and attack the monster. So that makes you the tank. I guess if you have the great sword, that makes you a tank, and it splits it. I feel like Monster Hunter now is becoming MMO oriented, not in a sense of it's going to be, well, it is online, but in a sense of like everybody has a duty. And I feel like that's always been the case in Monster Hunter, because in World, if you had a hammer, you were attacking the head of the monster. And if you had like a katana, you were cutting off the tail. And everybody had specific jobs. So I understand that they're trying to go for that even more, which I fuck with, because even though Hunting Horn was amazing in Rise, and it's even better in fucking Wild. So I'm like, okay, the weapons that I didn't like in World, they're making better throughout every installment of different games, and I fuck with that. I was like, okay, cool. Since they're doing that, I could play with all 14 weapons and not be like, I don't know if it's gonna be cool or not. Every weapon they showed is cool. Every action they showed is amazing and wild. Like, I don't think there's a weapon or moveset they shown that was like, boring. I might not like it. It was all cool. Like, amazing. Now, the monsters they have shown, one was a spider, one is like a desert snake. The other one is a mammoth, a lightning railgun dragon, and the newest flagship monster they shown, the white wyvern, I guess. It looks kind of scary, and I don't know if it's a callback to earlier monsters, but it looks good. And I think I could had to get yawn out. And I think it is the flagship monster because it's on the cover of the monster on the cover. So that obviously is the flagship monster. Because I think I'm trying to think, hold on. Yeah, I think for Wild, Iceborne, Rise showed the flagship, because World showed Nergigante, and that was a flagship. Iceborne showed Valkyria, Rise showed Maglamarlo, and World showed, yeah. So yeah, we're definitely getting that. That's definitely the flagship. And in the way they were showing it, sorry. Especially now in the trailer, they was like all pointing at this monster and being like mega scary. So yeah, I could definitely, yeah, it's definitely the flagship. So I'm all in on Monster Hunter. And we got a release date, February 28th or 21st. Immediate first day cop. Immediately. But more games were announced at the PlayStation State of Play. Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotai. So it's a sequel of Ghost of Tsushima, but like years later, like way, way down the line later. And I think the main character is a woman. And for what was shown in the trailer, it's still the Ghost of Tsushima, beautiful looking, amazing. Like, it's still Ghost of Tsushima. Like, it's not like ugly. It's not like, oh shit, is this bad? Like, nigga, no, it was breathtaking. Like, it's still breathtaking. Like, that's even crazier. How can you up the score on something that was already breathtaking when you first dropped it? Like, Ghost of Tsushima was amazing when people first came out. It still is amazing. So, like, upping the ante on this game is going to be crazy, because I want to see how far they're going to take it. Because me personally, I played a little bit of Ghost, and I'm like, okay, this is literally old school samurai movies as a game. If what I saw in that trailer, you can use different weapons and all that other stuff, and like, it's like some old other shit, I feel like this is going to be like a really great rendition of Sucker Punch, dropping really fucking fire games. Because if I'm not mistaken, ever since Infamous, I haven't heard of Sucker Punch dropping a bad game. Like, I could be wrong. Like, I could be 100% wrong, but I've never heard from the start of Infamous, like Infamous 1 to like right now, I can't name a bad. Matter of fact, let's look this up.
That's okay, take your time.
All right, looking up at Sucker Punch. Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah, I'm so fucking confused. Yeah, like no, Sly Cooper, Ghost of Tsushima, Infamous. No, like yeah, all those games I just looked. Yeah, all the Sly Coopers, all the Infamous, all the Ghost. Yeah, no, like Sucker Punch is doing shit. Like I fuck with Sucker Punch. Like I'm sorry, like this is gonna be a great year for him again. Like I'm sorry, like I can't say nothing else. Like every game I just named was amazing in the year it came out and years later when it remastered. So thank you, Sucker Punch. Like you guys are you guys are back again. More games that were announced. Silent Hill 2, the remake. I'm not a big Silent Hill fan. It looks creepy as fuck. From what I know of Silent Hill being creepy as fuck. So, hey, if it's following the suit of being creepy and everybody likes it, I mean, hey, because people were like a little hesitant on it because it was like it was a different venue of Silent Hill. Like it was more action. Like this new Silent Hill is more action based instead of like horror based. And by that I mean it's in the new remake you could fight the monsters. And if I'm not mistaken, it was the old Silent Hill was more of like a scare and you run type of shit and you like try to find out the secret of the place. But if I'm looking at it right, it looks good. Combat's good. The monsters are creepy. I don't think we've seen Pyramid Head yet. I might be mistaken. But that might be like the final trailer type shit. Like, oh no, the final trailer. Here you go. See, here's Pyramid Head. Because everybody fucking loves Pyramid Head. I've seen like a billion cosplays of it in heels and regular not heels. So yeah, I think they'll do fine. That's what I say. I think they'll do real fine. The new Garo fighting game is out. Well, the new Garo City of Wolves Alpha has been shown, and it only has like 4 or 5 characters. And for what I've seen of it, it looks great. What else? They're taking like the fun aspects of this game to the next level because it's not just regular like cancels. They took it to like the next level because like you can like stack. The damage is ridiculous, and the way they want you to fight in the game, they want you to go all out and do like crazy hard hitting moves. So like I'm with that. I love a game that's like lets you take all the max damage out while being crazy cool combo-y. I'm full on support of that. So I'm definitely fucking with that new Garo. And Heihachi was released for Tekken 8. And that nigga is super powerful. Like, it's bad how strong that nigga is and how much damage he puts out. I was like, damn, all this? Like all that damage, and they gave him new shit too. I'm like, damn, you can't give the nigga that was already powerful new fucking moves, and it's even more damaging. Now, he does have some drawbacks with his moveset. I think some of his earlier renditions in Tekken 7 can't connect like in Tekken 8, but he still has damaging combos. And I think he's still well, from what I've seen, he's still top tier. Cause all I've been seeing is niggas just stomp all out and just use lightning all the time. And he has a guard break, so that's a bigger issue right there. Cause now niggas is gonna guard break into a high damaging low, or if you duck, he's gonna fuck you. Like I literally seen like niggas get like at least maybe 70% combos with each touch. And I'm like, damn, 70% off each touch, maybe just 50, nasty. And don't, bro, they just gave him everything, and then like they made him more technical, which is not a bad thing because now he has two stances, so that's cool too. Just like Rena, just like his daughter Rena, and I'm using daughter with quotations because I think we found out from Harada that Heihachi has a bunch of kids that he doesn't know about, and I don't think he knows about Rena. I think he knows about Lars, but not Rena. And apparently, the Mishimas are born to take out demons. So maybe Heihachi trying to kill Kenpachi, not Kenpachi, Kazuya is not such an evil effort. Or just doing it, just be doing it. Maybe it's because, like, hey, man, I'm sorry, son, but my lineage kills demons, and you're just like a monster.
True, and yeah, that's pretty true. That's true, and yeah, that's true.
And speaking about the fallacies of legacies, that works. PDD has been locked up, and before I get to that, the reason I brought up the mess up of the legacies, well, for twofold. So, as you guys already know, content creators, well, yeah, I can call myself content creator. Content creators like myself sometimes use what's happening in the world for their content. Like, I'll use this as a core example. So a YouTuber going by Omizi, who's a part of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, posted a picture of him with a link to a YouTube video of him chastising P. Diddy and the recent acts that he has committed. Well, not the recent acts, the acts he committed that he's going to court for, or he's being accused of. And he posted a picture with him with a ton of baby oil. Now, some with him lathered on him. Now, at face value, it looks like he's making light of a situation that's really bad. But that's just for face value. If you just look at the picture, you think he's just making a joke. But if you watch the video, he's actually condemning P. Diddy. He just used that baby oil as an engagement. Now, companies do this all the time. They use engagements that people use online, like that Haktua girl. She has a podcast. She was an internet sensation, and then boom, she got a podcast, and then like a sponsor. It's the same thing. Not saying he's trying to get sponsored, but as in he's using that as a eye catcher for the video, and people just like flaming him, saying like, "Why would you do this? This is a serious thing. You're making a joke." But people wasn't like really trying to like watch the video. They only saw that picture and just ran with it, and they were like saying he's lame and all that. In my mind, I'm like, bro, you guys are just regular people who, and this is gonna sound elitist, and I'm not trying to, because I'm in the same boat. People who do content creation as like a full-time job has to be engaging full-time. And by that, I mean, I have to keep your attention every time. Even if that means doing not the wildest of things, somewhat of wild things like the baby oil. Like, I'm not talking about go outside and just do some wild pranks and then try to get notarized. No. Just doing that so people can see that, oh man, oh shit, he's funny. Let's click the link in the bio. Now, I would say people are half right. Don't make light of the situation when lives have been tarnished and messed up. But I will not sit back and just be like, and just condemn somebody and say they're lame and all that stuff. I know what he was doing. I know he was doing that for engagement. He was trying to get people to watch the video. And if you actually watch the video, you will understand that he is not on P. Diddy's side. He's just used that for engagement. And since he's not like the most likable person, it was just you guys know the people who's not liked the most when they do something, let's say, like what he did, like put the baby on, that just gives you extra ammo to throw shit at him and throw rocks at him. Because people already don't like him. So if you do this, I'm gonna make sure nobody really doesn't like you and just tarnish you and just talk shit to you. But his man's on the podcast held him down. And I support that too, because like, bro, it'd be different if he was like free P. Diddy. P. Diddy didn't do it. Or P. Diddy's not a monster. Like if he said that, I would be like, okay, you're wilding. But he didn't. He challenged him and condemned it the entire time. Like the entire time. So I understand what people are like saying, like he's in support of P. Diddy when he didn't speak highly of P. Diddy when these cases came out.
I do not know.
So that just shows you that people don't give a damn. They only care about like the face value of stuff. They don't want to dive deep. And speaking of diving deep, P. Diddy is probably like more stuff has came out by P. Diddy, and it's even nastier and sicker than I would like to believe. Like, bro, the amount of stuff ends. Apparently, the Diddy tapes are out. So somebody has all the tapes of P. Diddy and all his freak offs. So it's gonna be rough for the next couple months when they review all those tapes and names start dropping and shit start happening. And somebody dropped the video of all the situations where P. Diddy and Justin Bieber were together, and I think Justin Bieber has a lot of trauma on his plate that he hasn't spoke on, that was visibly shown in those little clips that was posted. But I'm not saying that Justin Bieber was assaulted or molested, but I would think, well, no, because I think P. kissed him on the neck or something. Like it was wild. It was wild for that man of that age to be hanging out and do that to a whatever age boy that was. So I think this PD case is going to open a lot of trauma for a lot of people, but here's hoping it opens up the healing for you, for the said people, because I'm not going to lie to you, this might be the most important case to watch for a good while. Just like that, what's that nigga name in Hollywood that touched all those women? Fuck. Not Epstein. Harvey Weinstein. This might be on some Harvey Weinstein shit because Harvey Weinstein put a lot of people on. And when we find out that nigga was just a nasty man, it was like, damn, so how many people did you put on by being a nasty man and doing weird stuff to him? So it's like, oh, bro, this is going to get wild. This is going to get real wild before it gets any better. So, and it's not getting better for the people associated with P. Diddy, because now, if you will I think the bodyguard of P. Diddy said something about he had Usher bleeding. I'm like, what, bro? I'm like, all right, man. This has to go to courts to see what is true and what's not, because this is wild. Because this is like some other shit. And I guess the truth will reveal itself pretty soon. So, hey, man, this is gonna get wild. This is gonna get really wild before it gets any better. And just like getting wild, Joker 2 is really bad for reasons why, specific reasons, but one reason in particular. So, Joker 2 was out. People went to watch it. I knew it was going to be a musical when it first dropped, so I immediately knew I was going to watch it firsthand, like right off the bat. But after people went and go see it, they were like, bro, this movie is all over the place. The execution is horrible. And in comparison to Joker 1, it lost its what's that thing called? It lost its soul.
That's just prime.
So there's a particular reason why people don't like the movie, and it's the end scene. So Joker gets kidnapped. Joker goes back to jail after breaking out, and he's laughing at security guards. So the security guards is like, okay, I'm really getting tired of your shit. Strip him. And I think they sexually assaulted him.
Nasty bitch.
Because when they go back to putting him in the hole, he has no underwear on, and he's like dead. So I don't know. So I'm guessing that security guards raped him, and like, yeah, and that's the end of the movie. And like, I was astonished because I'm like, nigga, this is completely different from what I thought the like Joker was supposed to be. Like the singing aspect and all that shit, I was like, man, no. Because somebody posted the whole movie on Twitter and I watched it, and I was like, nah, this is not it. This is not it. And like, while Joaquin Phoenix Joker was getting ass beat by Batman, fucking Lady Gaga was doing a musical set. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? This is not the Joker I fell in love with and cried. Like I would die on that hill. Joker 1 was the best villain movie of all time, bro. I cried from the first minute of that movie to the last minute of that movie. And I'm like, bro, how can you mess up this movie? How can you mess up a movie that made me cry this hard? And I knew Joker 2 was going to be ass when I found out it was a musical. I knew it. Something in my soul was like, this is going to be ass. This is going to be real ass. I don't know why you watching it. You're going to be mad when you click on it and be nothing. And I was like, yep, I'll be mad as fuck because it was nothing. It was legit nothing.
Cause I can't breathe.
But, and I think they didn't do test screening for that movie too, which I'm guessing that's probably a reason why niggas didn't like it. Because you didn't like try to see if niggas was going to fuck with it or not. You just put it out there just to put it out there. And guess what? Nobody likes it. And that's even crazier too because they had a big ass budget. But I think movies like Transformers 1 got shitted on because it's a Transformers movie and nobody want to see it. But from what the numbers coming out is, it did 20 million more than what it was supposed to. Like they shot it for like 75 mil and I think they got like 95 off it. So niggas made an upkeep on it. That Joker movie is worse than Morbius. His rating is worse than Morbius. And if you remember how bad Morbius was, that movie was called the worst superhero villain movie of all time. So that tells you how bad Joker 2 is in comparison. But I am going to watch Transformers 1 because people have been posting screenshots and like clips from it. And it's like, bro, this is the Transformers origin that we needed. Because we all know the story. Well, if you're that into Transformers, you knew that Megatron and Optimus or Orion Praxis were friends. You knew they were minors. They were friends all their life. And the views on their life as Transformers and minors differs. Now, seeing D16, because that's his name before Megatron, go into the light of Megatron is sad because it's not his fault, but I understand why it is. So, Sentinel Prime, a piece of shit in every source of media. He's never been a cool guy. Lied about Megatronus Prime. He lied about that, and that's who D16 Megatron looked up to. Which, before I get to it, his face mask is literally the Decepticons logo. So I don't know if he's torn because he looks like Tarn, which is funny as fuck. But seeing that the Decepticon logo is actually like a the face of a Prime. I never knew that. I was like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? I was like, oh, I was taken aback. So when D16 was like, oh man, I love that logo, and put it on his arm, I was like, bruh, this is just fucking foreboding ass shit I'm seeing. And like you slowly saw like him slowly become Megatron, because when they got the power to transform, because not all Transformers can transform. You had to be given like transforming spark of something to be able to transform. So when they became Transformers officially, and he became a tank and started like shooting shit, the power started getting to him, and you saw it. Now, seeing Optimus become Optimus is cool as fuck. Megatron, same as fuck. And it was amazing seeing the dynamic of Optimus and Megatron. Two people who are trying to do the same thing, but they're doing it completely opposite of the way they're supposed to. Now, I fucking love this movie. I loved it. I loved what I saw of it, and I'm definitely going to see it in theaters. It's amazing. It's like really amazing. But before I move off to the music topics, I might have a little surprise for you guys coming up soon. Me and my Telegram niggas might do a podcast episode together. So be on the lookout for that. And I'm not going to reveal too much of it because I want to keep it a surprise. But off of the randomness of the world, let's get into the music.
I am the music.
Before I start the music side of the pod, this episode is dedicated to the new Future album that dropped. But I'm gonna get to that at the end of the music section, and I'm gonna breeze through most of these topics in the music section because most of them I really don't. Well, some of them I don't give a fuck about. Most of them I do. So Cardi B and Offset are beefing again. It's mainly because of Cardi B fucked some dude while she was pregnant, which started a whole debate on Twitter as always. Well, not even on Twitter, on the socials. And people were like, yeah, man, you could definitely have sex while you're pregnant. Yeah, it's a perfect get back. Man, let me tell you this. I'm not going to stay on this topic too long because me personally, I can't have sex with a pregnant female. That shit is creepy and weird.
Period.
2, both of y'all weirdos.
Period.
Having sex while pregnant to some random dude is crazy as fuck. I don't give a fuck what your belief system is or what you think. No, that's weird. That's weird as fuck. Yes, Offset cheating on you. Yeah, get your look back, but not while you're pregnant. That's nasty, bro. Y'all some sick ass women. And for people who think that shit cool, y'all nasty as fuck too. Y'all some whores. Like, I know people call OnlyFans women whores and all that shit, but doing that classifies you as a certified slut bucket. Like, that is disgusting as fuck. And I'm just going to breeze by that because I don't have too much to talk about because I really don't give a fuck, man. Like, the only reason people give a fuck is because Cardi B said she had sex while she was pregnant. And apparently it's a wide receiver football player. So other than that, nobody else gives a fuck that Cardi B cheated, Offset cheated on Cardi B again, or this whole debacle they always go through. So it don't really matter to me. So, it's whatever. But it did spark a huge debate on all on the internet of women saying, should women get horny when they're pregnant? Yeah, yeah. That's still sick. That's still sick as fuck. So that's all I got for it. But in more important news, Young Dolph's killers got sentenced. And you find out even more darker news, Yo Gotti's brother put a hit on the main members of Young Dolph's group, Paper Route Empire, which, because there's paperwork and there's literal signage of it. The dude told everything. About how he was hired and all that shit. Like, he snitched and told the whole thing. The niggas only got $800 to kill Dolph when it was supposed to get $80,000. Bro, you know how stupid that is? You killed a nigga for $800 and you even get the money up fully up front? That's fucking nasty. That's nasty. And now you serving life in jail for killing Dolph. And Yo Gotti is probably gonna get looked at too, because even though Yo Gotti's brother is dead, Yo Gotti's gonna get looked at. Cause I don't care. Yo Gotti brother doing it, even if he just did it just because that's his brother, I would still look at Yo Gotti like, I don't know, man. Because me personally, I'm looking at the whole, well, not the whole CMG, but as a whole. If you're a part of CMG, I would be very reluctant to take that CMG out your name, only because, let's say for instance, the same thing that happened to Jim Jones' group Dipset happens to CMG or Young Thugs. They're gonna take all you niggas in CMG as a racketeering feat, and all y'all niggas going to jail. Even if you had nothing to do with being affiliated with Yo Gotti, if it goes that far, will do that. And I hope it doesn't go that far, because that means Gorilla, Moneybagg Yo, Black Youngster. Well, Black Youngster already had beef with Yo Gotti's group. That's already been visible. But it's been very. It's gonna be a lot of shit happening. That's all I gotta say. So here's hoping that doesn't happen, because that's like, because I like Yo Gotti's group, but it's gonna get real wonky for Memphis niggas for the up and coming weeks or months, I should say, because they probably have to build a case. But rest in peace to Young Dolph. I'm sad that it took this long for them to get the guys who killed you, and I'm sad that we lost you. But I'm glad that we got justice for your murder. So rest in peace to Dolph. But in more news that I didn't know anything about, Mexican OT, a Hispanic rapper from Texas, I didn't know sided with Trump. I was completely disbuttled, because I'm like, he talks about your race the worst out of anything, and you like Trump. To me, that's worse than black people liking Trump. He can't kick all the black people out and move us to Africa, hopefully. But like, he plans on trying to kick every Hispanic out and closing the border to get back to your home. Bro, that's sick. Bro, I could never in my life be cool or support a nigga that talks about your race like dog shit.
Oh, no.
Bro, I don't know, man. Even when I saw Waka Flocka hanging out with Trump or in Lil Wayne, and Kodak, that disappointed me so much. Because I'm like, bro, come on now. Now, Kamala is not the greatest, but come on, man. Really? I've never heard Kamala. And I know what people are saying. Just because Kamala doesn't say nasty shit in public doesn't mean she don't do shit behind closed doors. 100% correct. 100%. You are 100%. They are 100% right. That might be the case. But I definitely don't want to take the side of a nigga that just thinks of my race as monsters, or any other foreign races as monsters. You saw how he talked about niggas, Haitian niggas that eat cats and shit. Foreigners that they eat cats. Nigga, he thinks about Mexican people lower than anything on the totem pole, and I'm like, bro, like, and I understand too on the flip side too of illegals coming over here getting everything that they need, but us Americans cannot. So I understand both sides. So don't get twisted that I'm just in support of immigrants coming over here legally and not having the paperwork and getting everything from off jump, and we have to work and bust our ass to. I understand both sides. Don't get twisted. But in supporting a nigga that thinks of every race, or not even thinks about every race, if you're a broke ass nigga, he don't fuck with you. And I think that's what's the evilest thing about Trump. He don't care about race. All he cares about money. He don't care about the livelihood of the people. He sees everybody as a dollar. And that's even nastier because now I don't see you as a person. I see you as a materialistic thing. I don't think of you as a soul. I don't think you have a mind of your own. I just think about money. And that's the most evilest part of the whole thing to me personally. And sorry for going on this whole political rant. I was supposed to be talking about music, but it just like befuddles me. But that's what politics are, is a big ass befuddlement. So I can't say nothing to that. But before I get to the Future album, the Baby album dropped. And I think this album he dropped, let me see the name of it. How the fuck is this a mixtape? It's 14 tracks. There's at least 7 slaps on here. And I think this is the comeback of the Baby. Now, most people are saying that they don't like this album. I'm different from most people. The first 5 are good. Hollywood Freak, You the Type, and Gotta Know are good. My standout on here is Carry On. Yeah, there's some good songs on here. Now I hope this starts a trend of the Baby coming back, because I like the Baby's flow. Because even I was listening to the Mexico T's album with the Baby on it, and I was like, okay, this man's the flow is still hitting. Now some people don't like it. I fuck with it. I'm from North Carolina, so I fuck with the flow. But yeah, hopefully this is a definite comeback for the Baby, because I definitely miss his music. But now to the piece of resistance. So, Future album came out, mixtape Pluto. So, I'm gonna try to be as not biased as I possibly can. But when I tell you this album hits, it fucking hits. Now, coming off this album, I initially thought, I don't think I like beef Future. Like, the last 2 projects were good. Don't get me wrong, they're really good. But the premise of the album being around this hating Drake, or just like saying, oh fuck that nigga, like, it didn't hit to me. So I was like, all right. But this album, it goes back to the old Future of him just being about bitches, drugs, and money. Now, you could say, oh, his last 2 projects were like that. Yes and no. Well, actually, more no than yes. Because, yes, the content was still him saying, I love bitches and all that shit. But if you paid attention, those 2 albums were diss albums. Like, we can even go through them I'm going to go through them right now.
Yeah, boy.
Damn. And that's how, Future got a lot of albums.
Fucking dummy. Stupid ass nigga.
We don't trust you. Yeah. Nigga, every last one of these, we don't, nigga, no. Like, we don't trust you, we still don't trust you. Yeah. This was diss albums. These were diss albums. Not saying they were bad albums, they were good albums. If you were saying that these past 2 albums were bad, you're fucking insane. There were great music that came out, both of them. But Future being himself on this project was ridiculous. Like Teflon Don, it's 17 tracks. I'm about to go through them. Teflon Don, stupid hard. Lil Demon, amazingly ridiculously hard. Like, when he previewed that song, stupid. Like, fucking stupid how good this song was. Ski, dumb hard. It was a time when this album came out, it took me like half the day to get past the first 4 tracks, because those first four are the strongest first 4 in America. Like, fuck Not Like Us. This is my Not Like Us.
Yes, sir.
Pluto, Ready to Cook Up, stupid. This whole album just reminded me of old Future, and it reminded me that I don't want Future to grow up. I want Future to stay the same And I know that sounds like, why would you want him to say the same? Because we're going to get music like this. I don't want Future to drop an album and just be like 444 by Jay-Z. No, I don't want to listen to that boring ass shit. I want to listen to the shit. This shit gets the people going. This is the real shit that gets people going. Plutoski is that song is. It was weird when I first heard it because it goes back to. Because when this first came out, niggas was hating on this song because it was just like Future being like, like he was just doing that. And in my mind, I'm like, how can you hate this when you let that nigga get a Grammy on King's Dead? That nigga said, la di da di da, slide on me now, pass me some shit, put me in the way. Like he said that and got a Grammy off that. Kids Lamar heard that verse and was like, yo, keep it. Do not change it. Keep it. Future was going to change that verse. And if you don't believe me, there's an interview where he said this exact quote. I recorded that verse. I was going to change it. Kendrick told me not to. Kendrick Lamar allowed Future to say that on a track and it got a Grammy. I don't need to hear shit else about Future. I don't need to hear shit else. If Future can say that and get a Grammy, Plutoski, he gonna get a Grammy off this. Probably not, but still. Too Fast, that's Future. This is Future's tricking song where he's like, "Oh man, I'm tricking on this girl and I love her, but she like I think I'm moving a little too fast by giving her $1 million this fast." Ocean, I feel like my heart. This might be par and parcel to what's that album? Deeper Than the Ocean. So I think this might be, I'm not saying it's the part two to Deeper Than the Ocean, but it just reminds me of the vibe of Deeper Than the Ocean. Press the Button might be a diss to Gunna because he was talking about Rat. He's using ski a lot in this whole entire album. And it just gives off the vibes like he's talking to somebody. And I don't think, and nobody else has read it, unless he's talking to YSL Woody, which I don't believe he is, because who the fuck is Woody? Number 9, MJ. This is when the album started just doing stupid shit. MJ was, bro, let me tell you this. This song alone was was probably my favorite standout. Like, it just reminded me of old Future. Like, this whole album, old mixtape is just old Future. But that MJ, bro, that shit was so fucking hard. Like, I remember my homeboy Devin, when we used to work together in Durham, he told me, if you guys remember Arthur, that episode where, what's the bully's name? Binky? What's his name, Binky? The big bully nigga who wears Tim's a lot. He was in music class and he put on headphones and it looked like he was riding the music. He told me that's how I listen to music. And funny enough, that's exactly how I do listen to music. But when I heard that song, it just took me somewhere. And I know it sounds crazy for me to say Future's music took me to like a different place in my head. But that shit was like, I'm not even lying to you. That shit was legitimate. That shit was hard. Damn, I can't even get the word out. It was just hard as fuck for no fucking reason. It was just like, I don't even know. That shit was just like stupid good. Brazier is hard. Oh, so yeah. MJ's only like 2 minutes long. But the next song, number 10, Brazier, hard as fuck for no fucking reason. And I don't know if he name dropped Lotto in there just to do it, or just to put a stamp on it, but that shit was hard. Another old Future flow. Now I thought it was gonna be bad because of how the beat led up to the song, but it still came out good. So I was fucking with it. So I really didn't mind that. What else? What's next? South of France was hard. South of France was a good transition for Brazier. I didn't like Surfing on a Tsunami. I didn't like that one. That was a good one for me. Made a Whole Thing was hard. It just encompass who Future is as a song. Told Mine was fucking hard. Oath was stupid. Oath was motherfucking was dumb hard for no reason. The last two songs, Lost My Dog. That Lost My Dog had Fez did a sweet kind of vibe to it because he's talking about how his homeboy died from fentanyl overdose, and I don't know, man. When Future gets into that Fez did a sweet Lost My Dog flow, when he's like reminiscing over people that lost their lives, it always comes out great. Like it's always a standout. The last song, Ace Gang, he's been saying that the whole album in the little ad libs. So him having that as his last song was hard. Now it didn't hit like where my twin at, but it was a good outro for this whole entire encompassing of this album. Now going through the album, I'll say future bias, I definitely gave it like a 9 out of 10. 8.5 if I'm being fucking a hardcore nigga, but a decent 9. And like, let's see. Out of 17 songs, 1, 2, 2 or 3 songs. Yeah, you could. I definitely give it a 9 out of 10. It's just missing 3 songs, so yeah. But yeah, that's all I have for Future's album. I don't know if he's gonna drop again this year, which he probably shouldn't, because it's already October. I don't think he's gonna drop again in another 2 months. So if this is the last album Future's gonna drop, 3 albums in 1 year, all that music, shit, I'll say I give Future a good 9 at all, because if you look at both We Don't Trust You Volume 1 and Volume 2, they came out, those were good music that came out of that, and it led to like crazy disses afterwards. So yeah, you definitely gotta give Future his props for this year, because honestly, I want to say he started the whole beef. If you want to be real, well, started the flow of the beef. If that makes sense. But off of music, let's get into the manga, and it's probably gonna be a short one too. So the reason why I'm saying that it's gonna be a short manga week this week is because of twofold. One, JJK just ended. One Piece is out. And a lot of the anime mangas that really normally come out on Fridays are done. So the only one that's still going is One Piece. Black Clover is on. It won't come out till next month, and that's going to be a good 61 pages. So the only ones that I really am going to talk about is One Piece, JJK being over, and a manga called Hero Organization. So I'm going to start with JJK. So JJK last chapter came out, and I don't know if this is like JJK's completely over and we won't get part 2, but looking at it, it wasn't a grandiose final chapter. It was a recollection of who said characters are and what they normally. Well, I won't say what they normally do, but who they are. I'll say who they are, because the last 2 chapters was the trio doing a job like they normally do, and finding out that somebody is cursing this girl, this random girl at this building, and they're trying to figure out who did it. So the final chapter comes out, and it's everybody hanging out. Kenjaku's hanging out with fucking the comedy nigga. The reincarnated spirits have like a place to themselves in the place of Japan, because everybody knows apparently somebody snitched. I think it was either America or somebody else snitched that the curses are real, and niggas is like, oh man, what the hell we gonna do all these curses? Because the lawyer nigga's back, but he has to fight cases too with the curse niggas, because now I had to take curses to court, and they're trying to figure out how we're gonna get these curses to like live in the world because they're curses. So I think Maki gives a sword to the sword incarnated spirit, and the sumo nigga just going around with wrestling niggas just going around. And Maki's told them niggas like, hey, as long as you guys don't do nothing stupid, you're fine. Just don't do anything stupid. I won't have to kill you. And they said that, hey, probably soon you might have to get us. I hope it's you that kill us. So they just split apart, and it's like it's ending in the way it's supposed to end, because everybody's going off on their own on their future endeavors. You see the team itself, the trio, Nobara, Megumi, and Yuji, just recollect on the way of the world, especially Megumi, because Megumi did, even though he didn't do all the bullshit that happened, his body was used. And he's going around apologizing to Angel. And I think him and Angel might get it together, because she already has a crush on Megumi because he saved her a while ago. So that might come back. And since he ate her right arm, he told her, hey, I'll be your right arm, which is cool as fuck. And I fully support. But focusing on Yuji, when they find a guy who was cursing that girl they were assigned to protect, he was recollecting on what Gojo's told him about how he might not be there forever, and you guys have to ascend higher than he did. And Yuji's like, why the hell are you talking about? Like, you're Gojo. Like, why? How can I ascend higher than you? And he just said this quote to Yuji saying, I'm counting on you to do better. And it just, when he told the dude who was cursing that girl when they sent him away, he told that to a nigga. And it was basically a Yuji becoming Gojo. And not in a sense of like strength wise, as in teacher wise. Like, he's going to, like, if we do get JJK Part 2, Yuji's going to be the same as Gojo, teacher wise. I'm a serious nigga when it comes down to it, but I will speak to you as like a friend in need, like Kakashi is, but wait, a little bit funnier. So like, I understand that too, because it's like, oh shit, man, like fuck, Yuji. I don't know what Yuji. I think that's what Gojo said to Yuji in that letter that he didn't have to see because he saw him last. So with everything coalescing together, we see Yuta, Maki, Panda, and Egg Roll nigga. Well, Sushi nigga. And they're all walking around. Everybody's going throughout the day. And Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara was like, hey, shouldn't we lock that thing up since it's like really dangerous? And Yuji's like, nah, man, it's all right. There's nothing going to come up from it. And but before I get to the final panel, Mahito and Sukuna had a little discussion. And this is what I feel like we are getting JJK Part 2 because of what they spoke to each other. Because Mahito, when Sukuna was talking to Mahito saying, hey, I give up. Hey, I lost. I can't do nothing else. This is what I did. I'm about to go on my way. And he had Urame and I think like another kid with him, and he just like walked into the darkness and he just like accepted his fate. Mahito's mad as hell because like, bro, you're giving up. He was like, I lost. Sukuna was like, I lost. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't do nothing else. And Mahito is still mad that he gave up, which is funny as hell because my original theory was Kenjaku was going to get killed by Mahito inside. But I never thought that Mahito was going to meet up with Sukuna again and just like badger him about giving up, about trying to kill Yuji. But Sukuna's right. Like, I gave it my all. I ain't got nothing else to prove. I'm done. Let's do it. I'm about to wipe my hands clean, going to sleep. And I support that. I fuck with it. Now, the last panel is the Sukuna finger being in the exact same spot it was when the story first started. But there's no reason for people to be scared because I think is because of what they said, it has no power in it. So you're fine. Fine. I don't think you should eat it, but I hopefully that won't. We actually, matter of fact, I'm right. I think I'm right. They don't have anything to worry about Sukuna because I don't think he's in that finger because they killed him. So that it's just a finger now. But JJK was 6 years running, which I did not know. This is a good for me. This is a good 6-year project. I fuck with it. Geiji's apparently gonna drop a new manga soon. So here's hoping it's a continuation, or maybe we actually might get something new coming up. I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully it's something cool. One Piece, it was really just it was like an chapter. It was really just fucking the crew waking up after drinking too much inside the like this toy land full of fucking. They're still in Elbath, but like they're basically being treated like toys and like this Caponium shit. And it was just them going around trying to figure out what to do. And you see that this sun god, I'm using quotations, has them trapped. But somebody pointed out that the sun god that has them trapped is the same nigga that was behind Garland all those years ago when they were doing those race war shits. So I don't know if it's the same nigga or it's a family member or some shit. But hopefully we find out something soon because it's just them and Elbath being used as toys. So it really wasn't that much going on this chapter, except that niggas is clowning Usopp that he's not doing anything cool yet because this is his arc, Elbath, because he was talking about Elbath the whole fucking time. So here's hoping he does something cool because if he doesn't, it's going to fuck up his legacy. But the final manga I want to talk about is Hero Organization. And Hero Organization is about the planet Earth being attacked by space creatures, and because they're in space trying to get materials and stuff for Earth. So this group made the Hero Organization to fight the aliens using mechs like Gundams. So the main character, a dad, is watching his son play a game using one of these mechs. He's smart, he's won championships all the way around, and his dad just a normal ass nigga. Now, his dad gets the opportunity to go into space and fight and become a hero. He doesn't want to because he doesn't want to leave his son for a year, and since his mom died, he doesn't want to abandon his son. But with the thoughts of them not having that much money and him trying to do better as a father, he goes up there and becomes a hero. He slowly learns that living in space isn't the best, and they might be using the heroes, quotation marks, as fodder to push an agenda. So the main character is like, man, fuck it, I'm still gonna save the world. And he goes out there and beats this space alien to protect the ship so they can get to Earth. You find now that the leader of the organization killed the dad to push the agenda for him to be a hero. And so he can just die a hero and they can keep using humans as fodder for these aliens, as if what I'm thinking. And in my mind, I'm like, bruh, this dad was a real nigga. He helped out people. He didn't quit. He was one day away from going back there and quitting, but he went out there and saved the world. Bro, I read that first chapter. I was so fucking pissed because in my mind, I'm like, you guys are killing this nigga? Chapter 2? Like, it's only three or four chapters out, and you killed that nigga chapter 2? And the only reason that he was able to pass the test to become a hero is because they fucked with the gun that he gave him to give it extra boost so it boost his confidence. But he really wasn't that. Well, he was that nigga, but he wasn't that nigga. So when they killed him and they told his son, and his son joins the group 8 years later, you find out that he knows that the organization fucked his dad up and he's going to kill them all. Boy, when I read that last that chapter 3, and that page was him, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get my revenge. Boy, it took everything out my body not to yell and get hyped and run around the house because I was so fucking pissed. Bro, you cannot make the dad the main character and then chapter 2 kill the nigga. You just fucked my whole mind up. Cause now I'm like, who's the hero? And to come to find out, the son is going to get his revenge. And I'm like, okay, great story writing. Can't wait to see it. Cause when they killed that nigga Siegfried, that killed the main character's dad, boy, I'm about to champion that nigga the whole fucking day. That shit, man, that shit made me so fucking pissed when I read that shit. Like, beyond pissed.
You better give him up smooth or I'm gonna break my hoof off in your goose ass.
But that's it for the mangas. I really don't have a lot of mangas come out because everything's over. So next week we're gonna have a new set of manga in rotation. So last but not least, let's get into the anime. So, Don Don Don, first episode dropped. And just like I told niggas beforehand, it's fucking lit and fucking amazing. Like, bro, that first episode was so fucking good. Like, the animation's phenomenal. I watched it in English and dub. I watched it sub and dub. Boy, that dub is great. The sub is funny as fuck. Like, Ken in sub is stupid funny. That shit had me dying laughing. That nigga is funny. And I want to give applause to everybody a part of this because you guys did y'all thing. From the opening, amazing. It's the same nigga that did Mashal season 2 opening, so that's already hard. I don't know how. I'm trying to think. I probably have to reread it because I don't remember the Momo or is it Momo? Yeah, Momo or fucking Ken fall in love this fast. I forgot they got along real quick after the aliens abducted them. Like, they really got along. So I'm going to have to reread because there's some. Well, I remember pretty much everything that happened because there's only like 100 chapters out right now. But like, the next episode is when we see Ken in his his turbo granny mode fully, and I think they're fighting the sumo wrestler this episode because I think the end of the second episode is when they meet the granny for the first time and we find out that she's hot. But boy, let me tell you something. When they get past the first arc of the aliens type shit in Turbo Granny, boy, y'all understand that first arc before we get to the dancer arc. Boy, man, you talking about good stuff coming out? Oh my god, y'all don't understand how good that fucking this 12 episodes about to be. Shit, y'all don't even know how good Bleach is about to be. Bleach opening is probably the best thing ever. It spoiled a lot of shit for niggas that don't read it because you saw Green Jow, you saw the Captain Commander's, the new Captain Commander's. I'm trying to think, that's his. Cause I'm trying to remember, because I think his brother he married her sister or his brother married her sister. It's some weird family type shit. But like, she gets a sword. I think you see the multi-eyed Yahweh, which you already see multi-eyed Yahweh first episode anyway, so it don't even matter. So yeah, it's a lot of shit happening. Like, a lot of shit. I didn't watch the first episode, I know, but I think I saw the first episode is when the Stern Ritters attack Squad Zero, and they clap them all up, which is going to be hilarious as fuck. I don't know how far we're going to go in this season. Since we saw Green Jow in this season, I think we might either we stop at the Soul King dying, getting slashed. Yeah, I think that's when we might stop at, is when the Soul King gets slashed by Ichigo and everything gets fucked up. Because after that, you can start. After that, that's when the final fights begins. So hopefully that's where we stop at, because I don't think they're gonna do from the some Squad Zero dying all the way to the end. That's too much shit. I think we get like multiple Bankais in between that. So there's no way we're gonna go through all that. But here's hoping we do. We get a good portion of the way there, because Bleach is amazing. Niggas sleeping on Bleach, and we gotta get niggas in the right mind for Bleach. But the last topic of today, I want to speak on how good My Hero Academia Season 7 is. Them niggas are going so hard, I don't even know how hard them niggas will go next season. That next season, when it's just Shiggy and Deku fight, nigga, I can't, there's no words I can give you to describe how good this season is. I'm obviously going to use words, but like, all those people that were saying My Hero's bad, they keep a blue sky, they don't try to make it look night or day. Them niggas were wrong this entire season. It's been a dark sky the whole fucking arc. The animation, top tier. That Dabi and Shoto, nigga. That Dabi and Shoto fight was amazing. Linda becoming an ice jet, boy, I wanted to throw everything out my motherfucking room when I saw that shit. That shit was more beautiful in the anime than it was in the manga. Because in the manga, I was stuck on that panel for a whole fucking day. I was like, wait a minute. How did Linda transform into a jet? Because I wasn't even looking at the ice. I just saw a nigga running and then a jet. He became a jet. I was like, is that nigga, I forgot that nigga name who writes My Hero. I'm not gonna butcher his name. But the author, I thought that nigga was like metaphorically draw a jet around Linda to show that he's moving like a jet. I didn't think they actually put ice on that nigga until I kept on reread the chapter. I was like, bro. Shoto, not only was that nigga tired from that fight, that nigga made I can't. If you watch the episode of My Hero, you will understand how befuddled I am, because it makes no sense how every time Linda's about to run, they put so much money in that shit. It's not even funny. And it makes it even cooler. That nigga traveled from one side of the island to another side in like a minute. That nigga's so fat, bro. I'm tearing up right now because it's amazing. And the next episode is Armored All Might versus All for One. Nigga, if I could afford to flip my MacBook in my shit right now, I would do that shit right now. Y'all don't understand how hard that fight is about to be. And if My Hero ends with Bakugo waking up, I'm gonna throw this whole house out the window. I'm gonna throw a house out the house. That's how fucking hard that fucking episode gonna be. I'm telling you right the fuck now. If Bakugo wakes up next episode, you might as well get out every social media thing ever, because I'm yelling and posting that shit all fucking day. That shit, man, y'all understand. I love My Hero. I love My Hero ending better than JJK's.
You were wrong.
And people say, My Hero's ending is bad. Nigga, that is the greatest ending I won't say the greatest ending of all time, but it's a great ass ending. And that's why I understand why niggas was hating on My Hero. But besides my long My Hero rant, I'm going to end the podcast here because if I keep on going, this will be a whole 3-hour pod. But I want to say thank you guys for listening. Be on the lookout for some more content coming up. Like and subscribe to YouTube. And follow me for more funny stuff at rickysavage_junior.com or follow me on Facebook or Instagram at StyleBeasting Podcast. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Peace.
が頭だ。しゃあ、ケツに食いついてる。さあどうする。